Oh no! Mason is struggling. They don't know how to factor and their math test is next period. Help them learn how to factor before their next math test. There are 3 special steps that can help you solve these wonderful quadratic equations, Mason. 3 special steps, that's all you need. 3 special steps and you'll succeed. With the checklist you can ace the test. The 3 special steps will show you how. Step 1, find the a, b, and c values using ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Step 2, use factoring strategies such as graphing or difference of squares. Step 3, use the zero product property and solve for x. 3 special steps so that you know. 3 special steps and you're ready to go. The checklist has all the steps you need. Just do the math and you'll succeed in factoring. Today we're going to learn basic quadratic factoring. Newt newt. We're going to start with the equation x squared plus 16x plus 64 equals 0. If you've never done this before, you may think to subtract 64 from both sides and square root. But there is a much easier way to solve for x with this equation, which is really what we're trying to do, solve for x. First, find the a, b, and c values using the standard form equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Using the standard form, the a value is 1, the b value is 16, and the c value is 64. Second, factor by using factoring techniques like grouping. Here's a tip. Add to get the b value and multiply to get the c value. And you can do this by factoring 64. From there, you can use 2 numbers to locate that special pair that would add up to 16. And if we look, it seems that 8 and 8 are a perfect fit since 8 times 8 is 64 and 8 plus 8 is 16. Wonderful! On to step 3. Using the zero product property to solve for x. The zero product property, if 2 or more things multiply to get to 0, one of them must be 0. Such as in this equation, x equals negative 8 because negative 8 plus 8 equals 0. And this is because a is either equal to 0 or b is either equal to 0. So using one of these, they all equal to 0. Next, we'll practice a little more with another example. Here we have x squared plus 8x equals negative 15. First, we put the equation in standard form, which causes it to be x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. And from here, we compare it to ax squared plus bx plus c. This tells us that the a value is 1, the b value is 8, and the c value is 15. Second step, we factor this equation like we factored the other one. Factor by grouping. And we do this by listing all the factors of 15. And there's only 2 of them. So we just look and see, and from here we can see that the factorial pair is 3 and 5. Because 3 plus 5 is 8, and 3 times 5 is 15. Magnificent! On to step 3. Use the zero product property to solve for x. With this, we say that x plus 5 and x plus 3 multiplied together will equal 0. Then we further split them down using the zero product property to say that x plus 5 equals 0 or x plus 3 equals 0. And from there, we can conclude that x equals negative 5 or negative 3. Using the previous equation that states that x equals negative 5 or negative 3, we can see that it indicates where the parabola intersects with the x-axis, or the x-intercepts is what we would call the intersections. And also, the c value shows us the y-intercept. So it's important to keep it in standard form. Also, you can use the standard form to find so many awesome things, like the vertex, which is another equation, x squared minus 9 equals 0. So here, step 1 is complete. We know that the a value is 1 and the c value is negative 9. And also, since there's no b value present, the b value is 0. However, factoring by grouping gets a little less easy, and there's an even easier way to do this, and it's called difference of squares. So difference of squares, the following shows how it is proved and how to use it. First of all, you have to have a perfect square as your C value, and this is because there's a positive and a negative which is factored out. So over here, the factors of -9 are these, and 3 and -3. Here we see that this is the only possible solution because 3 plus -3 equals 0, while 3 times -3 equals -9. Which is why x plus 3 and x minus 3 are the factors. And from there, we conclude that x equals plus or minus 3. It's so much easier using difference of squares than factoring by grouping. Hooray! We've helped Mason resolve their stress! Now, they can finally succeed and get a wonderful grade on their next math test. What do you say, Mason?
Thank you for the help.